What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about OnyxCoin today, XCN USD. Hit that like button, subscribe, and thank you all for being here. It is the 15th day of February, and here we are, sitting at about $0.00556 with roughly 2 hours and 44 minutes left in this week and in this day. It is the end of the week, and it is the end of a day. I actually want to see the weekly time frame here. Doesn't look too incriminating, right? It's a pretty neutral candle, but we are looking like we're about to close green, which that's pretty nice. Looking at this on a daily time frame, pretty neutral day here. It does seem as though we're looking to break out of this range overall, though I don't know if we've, I guess, you know, from this trajectory it looks like we have. If we shave it down, we get a line of best fit. It certainly looks like we're breaking out here. Not a whole lot of volumes coming in, and that's not ideal. I don't know if the volume necessarily needs to come in right now. It needs to come in when we see the move. Though the fact that we're not seeing it, maybe we're not going to get a move. Maybe we go lower. Let's look at the short-term stuff and see what's going on here. Should we expect something of a breakout, an OnyxCoin type move, or is this potentially the signal that this is a bull trap and we're going to go lower? And that's something we should prepare for. Let's see. Let's look. I mean, so far, I got to say I like it. You know, last we looked at it, I definitely liked it. But I'm a little disappointed with the fact that here, it looks like we were trying here and we shut down. That's not good. It is Sunday. It is the weekend. So, you know, there's a little bit of wiggle room there. There's a little bit of, okay, you know, we'll forgive you because it's Sunday. But, I mean, look at what's going on here, man. This is such weird price action. Like, it seems like an intentional buy and then intentional dumping and then intentional buying. Like, I wonder if somebody's just playing with the price action here. I don't know. Looking at this, like when I say somebody, I mean literally like one person, or maybe there's multiple people battling each other. I wonder. It looks rather mechanical, not so natural, like right here, right? This is more or less natural stuff, but like somewhat mechanical. Even like this looks like natural stuff, but there's something like more mechanical about what's happened. Maybe I just need to get over that. I'm holding on to the wrong thing. Looking at this on the 1 hour time frame, there's a really nice curve to this look overall, right? You've got a very nice curve here. And I didn't draw the line properly. I'm going to try again, but you guys know how I am with these lines. Yeah, it's a very nice curve overall. And if we keep on this path, in a very short amount of time, we should be moving back up to prices around 1 cent and above, okay? It's a very nice little dip right there. Probably caused some capitulation and panic selling. A lot of buying pressure. I like this little V-shaped and then U-shaped recovery. It's almost like an Adam and Eve. Look up Adam and Eve pattern. It's not. This is not an Adam and Eve pattern, but it's reminiscent of that. I like the amount of times that we have found resistance up in this area, right? We found resistance like right here, a little bit higher, right there, a few different times. I would think that the more times that we interact with this area, the weaker it becomes. So it's just inevitable before we break through. We're getting higher lows. I mean, I don't really have a problem with this. I think from a price perspective, it actually does look good. It's wonky, it's weird right here, but it's the weekend. It's low volatile, low liquid, low volume times. So this kind of stuff happens sometimes. Also, OnyxCoin itself is a low market cap coin. The RSI, it's also volatile, right? Going directly from your overbought zone to your oversold zone, that's pretty volatile, but predominantly bullish, it seems. Seems as though you're spending most of your time, relatively speaking, over the past few days above the 50 rather than below the 50, so that's good. Stochastics look pretty positive here as well. And then the MACD is also actually right at a point where you'd expect it to bounce and recover and come back up. Definitely volatile, definitely weird. 1 hour time frame might not be as helpful. Let's look at the 4 hour time frame, okay? So neutral and choppy as well. I doubt we'll get much help on the 4 hour, but maybe. There's some trending stuff going on here. I mean, you can see the RSI, right? It's got that same kind of upward sloping trend, higher lows, higher highs. It's very clean with these lows here. It's kind of like curling up over here. Even that looks good. It looks positive overall. Definitely taking on a very bullish shape at the moment. Getting overbought and then coming here. Let's just look and see here real quick. Okay, so the first time that you interacted with the overbought zone was here, and then the second time you went through, what did that do for you, right? Here you got overbought. That was a nice recovery, but once you got up in there, man, that's when the magic started to happen. What about whenever you got oversold, right? Whenever you got oversold here, you got oversold for your first time right here. You're getting oversold. Then you came up. You're still in the oversold zone, but then you came down. I bet this here was more bearish than this here. Let's just look, right? Okay, I guess that one actually. No, I was right. Was I right? It's all part of the same move, I guess. This is that first phase. Then you pulled up a little bit right here. Second phase. I guess that doesn't really. That's not a good example. All I'm trying to say here All I'm trying to say is when you move up like this and then you move up the second time, this is typically that move where sparks start to fly, typically, right? I don't know. These moves are pretty identical. They're pretty similar. This one does look a little bit more sudden to the downside, but again, the idea here, you got in the oversold zone, got out, came back in. That was a more kind of fierce move. You got oversold here, you came out of it, and then your bigger move happened once you got oversold again. It's not always like that. Nothing ever is in TA. There's nothing that's 100% guaranteed. If there ever is, please tell us, okay? But that's just the idea. That's the idea that I'm giving you. Stochastics have cooled off. The MACD is back above the 0. Overall, there is some bullish momentum that is obviously building here. It is obvious. It definitely is obvious, which is good. In these questionable, uncertain times, we need obvious. We need that. So that's nice to see. I would say we lose that bullish momentum or things start to become more questionable. Because here we have like a slightly higher high and we have higher lows if we take out this low. Because not only is this the low, not only then would we not have higher lows and technically a higher high, relatively speaking. Not only would we be bullish in this kind of setup, but if we take out that low, we're also taking out our golden ratio. So that's two somewhat bearish things. So I would say as long as we're holding above 0.005, let's say 0.0495, good. But if we get below there, we might have to rethink ourselves. But for now, the charts and the price action, I'm perfectly content with. I think that it looks fine. The daily time frame, looking at this here, the RSI is bouncing off the oversold zone, kind of breaking out of a downtrend. I mean, it's neutral but bearish leaning, I would say. But overall, whatever. I mean, we're in a kind of neutral but bearish point in this trend overall, right? Stochastics look bullish, and the MACD just crossed green. It just crossed green over the past 2 days after forming double bullish divergence here. So you've got lower lows and you formed bullish divergence, which started back all the way up at this point here at like 0.063, and we haven't even interacted with that level yet. I think that we have more to go to the upside for sure. We're not overbought yet. We haven't come up to the 0 yet, and we're not overbought on the RSI either. I think that we do have more to go to the upside. So from a high here to a low, the high to low, the expectation should be that we go up to about the 382, maybe the 0.5, somewhere in this area to find resistance. I'm thinking something closer to this, 0.068, 0.0678, something around there, maybe just above there. At the highest, 0.0768. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Anything can happen, right? But my expectation at the moment, and it can be exceeded or fallen short of, is 0.0678 to 0.0768, somewhere in there. More likely closer to this level. We have some closing points of support right in this area. We have some wicking highs of resistance back over here. It just makes sense. Your 382. I think that's where we're going to go. I think that's where we're going to go. And then we'll work it out from there. One last thing to talk about is just, again, how perfect, I think at least it's perfect. Let's just see. This structure is right here. This little, like, let's see, can I use one of these? Is this good? Is this good? Where is it? Maybe it's one of these. Nope. Where is it? Whatever the curves are. I want the curve. Would it be here? Curve, yeah. Curve. Like we take this and we connect the dots, right? You connect all the lows, and just how perfect all the way up, even in the back here. It's like how perfect these lows come in with this soft curve. And that in itself, this is not like a technical indicator. This does not mean any. It can be good. But this kind of soft rounding curve, especially over a long period of time, which if we look at it this way, could have started back here. And maybe I don't have it drawn on completely perfect. Maybe it started back here or here. Whether it was September, whether it was October, and that's 2025. It's February 2026 now. It's not an absurdly long amount of time, but that's over a quarter of a year in time. This kind of structure is very positive. Okay, you go from a lower low, lower high to a soft curve to now you're forming higher highs and higher lows. Guys, that's good stuff. We've got some good things going for us. Let's not crap the bed here, okay? I'd like us not to just move up, but overall get a higher high. That's the expectation. Just because I'd like that to happen doesn't mean it's going to happen. But running with that expectation, running with that prediction from a high here to a low there, the expectation overall for me is that we go to about 1.7 cents to 2.5 cents, somewhere in this area, before probably further consolidating again, finding support at that level, and then maybe continuing on a parabolic run, which would be epic. Right now, it's way too early to call this a parabolic move. How is it so early? We've got all these touch points. Look at how parabolic it looks, C-Zar. Yeah, but it's way too early. Because we break down here, all this is for naught. It doesn't matter. Okay? We get up here, it's still not clear that it's parabolic. But man, if we bounce there, guys, and we start breaking like whatever structure it is that we form here to the upside, it's going to be pretty intense. It's going to be pretty damn cool what happens if this all comes to light. But we'll see. I'm not confident in any situation right now as far as like parabolic stuff goes or like further prices than 2 cents. I'm just focused right now on 1.7 to 2.5 cents. Let's go from there once we get there. Okay, hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye bye.